everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today we have an exciting matchup between two teams looking to perform on a big stage. It's the Ravens going up against the Raiders. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
Larry, apart from a 13-year gap in L.A., we are at the home of the Raiders since 1966. But how much longer will they be playing football in Oakland, California? Tonight, it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Oakland Raiders. They'll come out in the pistol. And they give this time to the tailback. And some room to maneuver. There he goes, left side. 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he handed it to us, and then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line, and they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week, and boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
Second and goal from the 1. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. They go play action here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a second down. This offense can be flashy at times, and a big reason for that is Perryman.
I like the way you use the word big, because that's exactly what Brashad Perryman is, a big receiver with a ton of speed. Runs so well, yet that strength downfield really confounds defensive backs.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a second down throw for Mariota. He's going to go for a big play downfield. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it, they have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now ready for another possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
2nd down, Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long here for Mariota. He's got his man on the crossing route. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So after nearly turning it over, new life here for the offense on 2nd down. Mariota now on 2nd down. And incomplete. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders.
When I watch Khalil Mack play, I just see fury, passion, and incredible athleticism. This guy can flat out play.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That'll be a gain of 16, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. It's really something. Even when he's hitting these from distance, big-time distance, he manages to put them right down the middle, doesn't he?
No doubt about that one. Never a doubt. And this is no extra point. That's 50-plus. And that's the definition of splitting the uprights.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Mariota, this will be caught at about the 3. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback. Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field, and they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense? Here comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose, and they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. They always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And his kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if, while the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
And now here come the Ravens. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? When they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. To throw is Mariota.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Raiders. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? 11 yards on the pickup, and the Raiders are going to have a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on it and then let him run.
He's got some space. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down. And on the ground they go with the running back. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going for it. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. That one good for 12 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They come up in an offset eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the...
It's caught inside the 25. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. But after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
They go play action here on first down. Man open left side, it's Williams. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain, and it's second down. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They come up in an offset eye. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here we go. Ohio. Let's go. Let's round. Ohio. 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 Crunch. Come on, let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. 25. Check 25. Come on, let's go. Flex round. Flex round.
Moncrief, the man in motion right. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. So we've reached halftime here on the Thanksgiving night. Well, we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime interrupted, and we are ready to get to this third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On second down, Mariota again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On third down, Mariota. And he comes back with one complete. They give him 12 yards and a first down.
I heard so much about the offense Marcus Mariota ran while he was at Oregon, about how people were just wide open, how he couldn't fail to hit them. But I always said the same thing. He sure as heck didn't miss them very often. Very accurate even on short throws.
Yeah, he can go short, he can go deep, obviously, but he's really good with that short passing game.
Dart thrower, very accurate. Receivers love it. Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Ten yards to go on third. Again, it's Mariota. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play in the inside.
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
And he will find his man on the outside. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Here we go.
They're going to try and throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 13 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Room here to run. Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
It's caught on the right side. Williams. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And they'll go on the ground. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Offense with a fumble, but they recover it, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Come on, let's go.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's got Moncrief. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And it's second down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Forced out to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice little pass and catch there on the corner route.
Set up very well by the receiver with a head and shoulder fake inside before he comes back downhill to his quarterback.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a second down. And they're going to speed things up here.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down.
Flex round. Come on,
now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
let's go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys have the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Raiders are back within a score. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see that sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. So out come the Raiders. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see.
Here we go. Flex round.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Buying time to his left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the fourth quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Second down, Mariota. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends are creating so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Going to throw right side here, complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, partner, you might want to tear up your scouting reports a little bit here because they just broke tendency. 3rd down, you don't ordinarily see a toss. They ran it, and they ran it really well and picked up a first down. I love the way the edges were sealed, which allowed him to get to the corner. Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 23 yards on the play. And really just a heck of a catch. That's a really good receiver making a nice play.
And against a really good defensive back. Right there together, and over the top, the receiver wins the battle.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Just keep the ball on the ground. Do a little pounding. Chew up some clock. If they can get it in, that might be enough to get them home. And if not, the clock is definitely their friend.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So still 7 yards to go here on 3rd down. It's 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for him.
This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Oakland. 51 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator is looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Offense still needing 10 yards, second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. That second down run a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. And now they're in the hurry up. Now they'll run it on the toss. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So a field goal gets you back within a score, but they're going to go for the bigger chunk here. Kicking team on the sidelines. Offense on for 4th down. Back to throw here. His pass caught at the 4. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Only 1 timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have 1 timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that. And it's a fumble, and the Raiders pick it up.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them.